Listen again has been a massive change, game changer really for us, I suppose, and that's become prevalent. And I think really it's done podcasts out of business in a way, which were a media innovation from before, which just shows the changing nature of these things. I think the idea of scheduling is eventually will sort of disappear out the window, but at the moment people still expect a conventional schedule, but then you can hear whatever you want whenever you want, and that ability, and it's now been extended beyond 7 days. I think that is probably the biggest innovation, certainly the most popular. Well, yeah, we've always been an industry of change, haven't we? And I think people will just keep coming up with new things. What I liken it to is that years and years ago, guitar players, this has a point to it, guitar players used to play guitars and they played then big bands came along. And the guitar player in a big band next to the trumpets and the trombones, you couldn't be heard. So somebody invented the amplifier in the electric guitar. And all they wanted to do was get it so that you could hear the guitar in the mix in the big band. As soon as somebody got an amplifier and a speaker, somebody thought, wow, look at all these things you can do. And then they started inventing feedback and all these crazy mad things that now are part of the whole thing about the electric guitar. And they were never ever intended to be, because what most people do is take something and find out how to abuse it and how to break it and how to do things with it that it was never really designed for. So the World Wide Web is just another example. The World Wide Web was never designed to do what it does now, because it was just designed to do a tiny little thing, get scientists to talk to each other. And so innovators, most of the time, they don't know what they're inventing. They say, oh look, we've got one of these, is this any use? And then it's up to the rest of us to apply creativity to the innovation and to turn it into something fantastic. I presume it's just people with big imaginations, or people who are investigative, people who just have the time and energy and enthusiasm, say, I wonder what happens when this... You know, some people, when they're kids, do that sort of thing where they say, if I put these two wires together, it makes a spark. And other people say it's really dangerous. And I think it's the people who say, try and see what happens when the spark happens. Oh, everyone wants to know that. I don't know. If we could have predicted 5 years ago what we know now, we'd probably have done things in a different direction. So I think the answer to that is that it could be anything. I often assume that when I'm coming to work on the bus, I'll be able to watch the telly on the shirt of the person in front of me. I like that idea. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, and I certainly do not have the technical capability to invent it myself.